بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مساء الخير. أتمنى الكل بخير. First, I would like to welcome everyone and say thank you for joining us in this session of Women in Data Science Jeddah. Also, I would like to thank SEET, Bayan Academy, Saudi Society for Data Science, Digital Atā, and the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology for making this event happen. My name is Sultana Shammari, Assistant Professor in the Faculty of Computing and Information Technology at King Abdulaziz University. It's my first time as WIDS Stanford Ambassador organizing the events of WIDS Jeddah. WIDS Jeddah is part of the annual WIDS Worldwide Conference, including an estimated of 200 WIDS regional events across the world. These events host women contributed to data science and other related fields. In this event of Women in Data Science Jeddah, we have three speakers, including me, Dr. Iman Al-Harbi, Dr. Asma Al-Sharif. We will cover three aspects towards a smart world. Let us first share this short video featuring women in data science across the world.
Hello, my name is Flora Huang, and I'm from Philadelphia, USA.
Hello, we are Women in Data Science.
I became a WIDS ambassador because I dream of an equitable world where empowered women help humanity make better decisions through data science.
As a woman, I'm hoping more Peruvian women would be motivated to join this exciting field.
The WIDS community has really enhanced my sense of purpose in these life goals, and it has really built my confidence in such a meaningful way to be able to mentor, motivate, and support others.
The most rewarding and impactful aspect about my work as a clinical data scientist is to use the data generated by doctors, nurses, and the healthcare system to improve the care of future patients.
I'm delighted to bring this event to Pakistan, along with so many WIDS ambassadors worldwide, so that we can inspire all young girls or women to take up career in data science.
The use of data science to address climate change and sustainability issues continues to inspire me in my data science journey.
Through WIDS Alexandria, I've got the chance to meet with brilliant female professors, learn about the research, and bring that to my community as well.
I'm a WIDS ambassador because I wanted to inspire more young girls like me to join the field of data science, and I believe that in the future there must be more women in this field.
I'm really excited to continue bringing WIDS events to my school and schools across Australia to empower girls to get involved in the field.
It's great that we've got Women in Data Science events, and know that there's so many more inspiring stories as part of the Women in Data Science journey.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Bertozzi, and I am a chemist who works in the area of drug discovery. I've had many opportunities in my life to collaborate with data scientists. They've been absolutely central to the work that we do. We couldn't have made the discoveries that we've made without having people to analyze very large data sets and to help us find hidden trends within them. Now, when I was growing up, I was somewhat insulated from the idea that women or girls couldn't be scientists because I came from a family of scientists. And when I was in college, I learned that not everyone had that privilege. I hope that all of you women data scientists or aspiring data scientists will truly feel that you belong in the field, because I believe it, and your participation is absolutely essential for us to bring the full benefits of data science to solve the big problems in humanity. So just as I was so fortunate to have a family that created an environment where I could believe in myself as a scientist, I'm hoping that you all have the confidence to pursue your dreams and that you help the generation that follows you in the same way that hopefully someone of my generation can be of help to you. Good luck with all of your work.
We will start with our first speaker, Dr. Asma Sharif. Dr. Asma received her Master and PhD in Computer Science from Louvain University, France. Dr. Asma worked in research at the French laboratory of UNERA. Currently, Dr. Asma is a situated professor in the Faculty of Computing and Information Technology at King Abdulaziz University. Her research interests include distributed system, communication networks, collaborative applications, security, cloud computing, computational intelligence, and Internet of Things. Actually, Dr. Asma is the head of the IoT ecosystem research team at the Center of Excellency in Smart Environment Research at King Abdulaziz University. Dr. Asma will talk about smart cities. So yeah, let's hear from Dr. Asma.
Thank you, Dr. Sultana, for introducing me. Can you hear me well? Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm happy to join this event today, and I'm going to talk about smart cities, opportunities, and challenges. Imagine driving down a long stretch of road without other cars inside. As you approach the traffic light, the lights turn to red. What should you do in such a situation? Stop or continue? And what if you were in emergency situation? Though being alone and in the intersection, of course you have to stop, follow the signals and obey the law, even if it may seem unnecessary at the moment. However, this is clearly constraining and time-consuming, especially in emergency situations. There are many other scenarios where traditional traffic light systems are not efficient at all. But in a smart city, implementing a smart traffic light system, as you get closer to the signals, the traffic light becomes green, because the lights are able to adjust automatically according to the traffic and to the current situation. Not only does this save your time, but it also reduces unnecessary idling, which is better for the environment. This is incredibly useful for emergency vehicles as it will allow for a better and safer commute. Imagine another scenario wherein we have several patients needing medical treatment in the same time. In such a situation, some hospitals may become overwhelmed very quickly, and patients may have to wait longer than usual to receive the necessary medical attention. The atmosphere is tense, and people, as well as the healthcare practitioners, are frustrated. In a smart healthcare, in the same time, we might have other hospitals with no patients at all in their emergency department. In a smart healthcare system, we can implement a smart queue management system to solve this problem by forwarding patients to hospital with available resources, and this regardless their location. This will allow to ensure that the patients receive timely medical care. Such a system can also alert the patients to their estimated waiting time, and thus they can leave the waiting room and come back again when the turn is approaching. This kind of smart systems not only reduces the waiting time, but it also reduces the stress and anxiety associated with waiting for medical attention. To better understand the importance of smart cities, we will discuss the following topics. First of all, we will try to answer a key question, which is what is the difference between a traditional city and a smart city, and how they deal with the 21st century cities problems. We will also get a quick overview on the top smart cities around the world, as well as some famous projects and solutions to get inspired. We are going also to discuss the main challenges that might hinder the deployment of smart cities, and also we are going to talk about some of the smart projects we are trying to investigate in our research center. So first, we need to understand the difference between a smart city and a traditional city. To put you in the picture, let us discuss the 21st century cities' challenges. Nowadays, the main issue that cities are facing is that they are becoming more and more crowded. Today, some 56% of the world's population, let 4.4 billion inhabitants, are living in cities. This trend is expected to continue, with the current size doubling by 2050, at which point 7 out of 10 people will be living in cities. In Saudi Arabia, for example, the urban population increased from less than 5 million in 1970 to almost 30 million in 2020, and the number is expected to increase drastically in the coming years. So, what is the impact of this growing population? First, crowded cities means crowded roads. There are an estimated 1.4 billion cars on the road, putting the vehicle saturation at around 18%, and it continues to grow at an astonishing rate. To put that growth into perspective, the world was home to around 670 million vehicles in 1996 and just 342 million vehicles in 1976. If that rate of growth continues, the total doubling every 20 years, then we can expect to see some 2.8 billion vehicles on the planet in 2036. In Saudi Arabia, for example, it has been reported in 2020 that the number of vehicles exceeded 200 among 1,000 people, and I'm sure that this number has increased in the last 2 years. Crowded roads can have a significant impact on traffic flow, causing congestion, delays, and even accidents. When there are more vehicles on the road than the roadway can handle, it can lead to gridlock as the cars are forced to slow down or stop altogether. This can create a ripple effect, causing delays for other drivers, and also it may lead to some frustration and aggressive behavior, which may exacerbate further traffic problems. In Jeddah, for example, according to TomTom real-time data, the time that were spent in 2022 driving reached 121 hours, which allows to read an average 24 books. 41 hours were lost due to congestion, and the average time recorded to drive 10 kilometers reached 13 minutes. The worst case reached 18 minutes. And of course, wasting time means wasting money. Traffic congestion on the roads not only increases fuel consumption, but also leads to an increase in carbon dioxide emissions and also outdoor air pollution, which may exacerbate further issues like healthcare problems. Again, according to the same source, in Jeddah, 742 kilograms were emitted last year, of which 94 kilograms were due to congestion, which requires to grow in average 74 trees in order to absorb. Overall, cities account for over 70% of global CO2 emissions, most of which come from industrial and motorized transport systems that use huge quantities of fossil fuels. So the question that rises now here is, how does a traditional city deal with the traffic jam, and how would a smart city solve the problem? Solving traffic jams with more lanes is a common solution that many traditional cities have already implemented. By adding more lanes to the road, we can expect that the traffic will flow more smoothly and that the congestion will be reduced. However, this solution may have some drawbacks. The first problem is that it is costly, and it might be even very difficult to implement in urban areas with limited space. The second problem is that recent researchers have shown that adding more lanes would even add more traffic problems, because we will allow more cars to be on the road, and many cars may switch in the same time between the lanes. So cities should consider a variety of solutions beyond just adding more lanes, which is the case of smart city solutions. In a smart city, we are raising a new kind of questions, such as, do we really need to own a car? To answer this question, we would rather opt for on-demand cars and also collective transportation rather than individual transport and cars. Another question that rises today is, do we need to drive or no? For this, many research centers and industrial companies are designing driverless cars, which helps to better control the traffic, as these cars are able to communicate to each other. Some other projects design delivery robots and drones in order to reduce the traffic and offer better convenience. Other solutions to solve the traffic problem are, as we mentioned earlier, smart traffic systems and also smart parking solutions. The second problem I would like to emphasize today regarding the 21st cities problem is the waste management. Crowds in large cities can contribute to the problem of waste management not only during mass gatherings, but also during routine events such as the journey to work. One of the reasons that people litter is due to a lack of public garbage bins or overflowing bins that do not get emptied regularly, which can be exacerbated by large crowds. To put you in the picture, the world generates 2.01 billion tons of municipal solid waste, and the Middle East and North Africa account for 129 million tons. Unless urgent action is taken, the global waste will increase 70% to reach 3.4 billion tons by 2050, which is a big problem. So again, how would a traditional city solve the problem of waste management, and how would a smart city deal with the problem? In a traditional city, as you may expect, a simple solution would be to add more bins. And of course, this is not an effective solution. We also need to collect more frequently the waste, which might lead to more traffic and more traffic problems. In a smart city, instead, we would rather provide smarter solutions like smart bins. A smart bin can leverage the use of technologies such as artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, computer vision, and wireless sensor networks in order to notify enterprises and homeowners when the bin is full. Also, we can equip the bins with intelligent monitoring system to allow to divert the trash with efficiency, cost effectiveness, minimum labor power, and least traffic congestion by optimizing the collection of the waste. Using also computer vision, we can assist and improve the recycling process. So to sum up, a traditional city is loud, dirty, inefficient, and inconvenient, while a smart city is hospitable, convenient, efficient, and it solves the urban problems using technology. We can define a smart city as a place that uses not only urban technology, but also data in order to improve the lives of citizens and businesses alike. Note here that data is very important for a smart city to operate properly, as it allows to get better insights and make better decisions. A smart city is a city built with people in mind. It's a city in one which makes the optimum use of its resources to provide maximum utility to its inhabitants and also reduces costs and waste. The residents of a smart city can have better air quality as well as better connectivity. They can have hygienic surroundings and open green spaces to spend more time with the nature. So a smart city does not only use technology, but also provides green spaces to the citizens. Besides, a smart city is also better prepared and equipped to fight any disaster, whether man-made or natural. The key technology, as you may guess it, behind a smart city is the Internet of Things, which converges the physical and virtual worlds. Of course, there are several technologies under the umbrella of the Internet of Things, like the artificial intelligence, big data analytics, 5G networks, and cloud computing. This gives new opportunities such as efficiency of services, sustainability, mobility, safety, security, and economic growth to attract businesses and also investors. Let us now get a quick overview on the top smart cities around the world to get inspired. According to recent rankings, some of the best smart cities in the world are Singapore, then Helsinki, Zurich, Oslo, Amsterdam. Of course, there are many other cities, but due to the time limits, I focused on these 5 ones. We will cover in the following some of the main initiatives in these cities. Topping most of the lists when it comes to smart cities is often Singapore. Since launching its Smart Nation initiatives in 2014, Singapore has introduced a wide range of smart technologies in both public and private sectors. One of these technologies is the contactless payment, which has been used in the public transportation. This kind of technology is also very useful during COVID-19. They have also a powerful digital health system which promotes video consultations as well as wearable IoT devices to monitor patients remotely. What's more, they have launched in 2021 a new plan for Smart Forest City, which a new eco-smart city that is entirely vehicle-free. Helsinki, the capital of Finland, has also several smart city projects that use information and communication technologies in order to improve sustainability, livability, and economic growth. One of the key initiatives is the Smart Kalasatama project. This is a nice project that aims to transform a formal industrial area into a sustainable and smart neighborhood. The project includes the use of renewable energy, smart waste management, and digital services for the residents. They have also another good project, which is Smart Tourism. This project tries to promote sustainable tourism through data analytics and digital services in order to enhance the visitors' experience. They are also given a great importance to research through the Jad Kasari Mobility Lab, which is a lab that aims to develop new solutions for sustainable and smart transportation, such as electrical and autonomous vehicles, bike sharing schemes, and mobility as a service platforms. Zurich is one of the most innovative cities also in the world, and it has been in the forefront of smart city movements for many years. The city has implemented a range of initiatives and projects to improve sustainability and livability. One of the key initiatives that I have selected today is Zurich 2000 Watt Society, which aims to reduce the city's energy consumption and greenhouse gas emission by 2000 watts per person by 2050. This could be achieved through renewable energy like solar and wind power, as well as electrical vehicles and bike sharing schemes. Another project is the Smart Zurich initiative, which uses technology to improve the urban planning as well as urban mobility and public services. For example, they have implemented a smart parking system in the city. Zurich also emphasizes the importance of data analytics in order to improve the waste management and recycling, as well as transport routes and schedule optimization. Next, we have Oslo, which is also one of the leading cities when it comes to smart initiatives. It is known for an ambitious plan to make the transportation system more sustainable, with the goal to reduce the car traffic by more than 20%. They have also a smart lighting system, which is very nice project. It allows to adjust the brightness of the street lights based on the time of the day and the weather conditions. They have also a waste management system that uses sensors to optimize the collection routes and reduces emission. In addition, they have implemented a smart parking system that allows the drivers to find free spots using a mobile app. Finally, Amsterdam is the first bicycle-friendly city. It has also many initiatives like smart mobility. The city also has a smart lighting system that adjusts the brightness of street lights based on the time of the day and also based on weather conditions. They have also a smart waste project that uses sensors to monitor the waste level and optimize the waste collection. The Middle East also has rapidly developed and embraced the concept of smart cities. Several smart cities in the region have initiated some smart projects in order to enhance the quality of life for the citizens. There are other cities that are completely built from scratch to be smart, one or amongst the smartest cities in the world. I will start with Masdar City, which is a planned city located in Abu Dhabi. It is a sustainable urban development that aims to be one of the world's most sustainable cities. The city is intended to be entirely powered by renewable energy, and it uses advanced technology such as smart grids and intelligent transportation systems to optimize the energy usage and reduce the waste. In addition, the city is home to several research institutions and companies focusing on sustainable technology, making it a hub for innovation in the field. Saudi Arabia has been also making many efforts to transform its cities into smart cities by integrating technology and data to improve lives of its citizens. For instance, the King Abdullah Economic City is a smart city that is already in operation. It featured advanced transportation systems, green buildings, and smart technologies in order to enhance the quality of life for the residents. Not to mention the NEOM project, which is a notable example of a smart city initiative. With its ambitious project, The Line, it is a futuristic city that is being built from scratch with a focus on sustainability and innovation. The city will rely on renewable energy, it will be fully automated, and it will have a high-speed transportation system. To sum up, all these cities share many initiatives and projects in common that all revolve around the Internet of Things technology in order to reduce energy consumption and pollution, as well as digital services for the citizens. Beside the top cities, I selected some famous smart projects that could be inspiring and helpful to make our cities smarter in the near future, inshallah. The first solution that I have selected is the Cube of Germany. This is a smart building that represents a symbol of the 21st century. The building is highly energy efficient and is entirely managed by a single system accessible via a mobile application. This application allows, for example, to change the temperature, check the car electric charge. Also, the building collects data in order to learn the habits of the occupants and increase efficiency. In addition, the building communicates with the area around through networking technologies. Another important project that could be useful for Jeddah is the Smart Port of Germany. This is a smart port that aims to digitalize its function. The good objective here is to build many collaborations and multidisciplinary teams, since many skills are required. The main technologies that will be used in this project are artificial intelligence, 3D printing, virtual and augmented reality, as well as blockchain technology. So this project is still an ongoing project that might be inspiring for other cities around the world. The next project is the Marina Terran of Amsterdam. This is a very beautiful location that has a rich history. It was previously a military area, but it was made open to the public for entertainment. This area is kind of an open lab in which many smart solutions are being tested today. One of the main solutions built and tested in this area is the crowd monitoring system that allows to detect when is a crowded public space too crowded and at which point the visitors may feel not safe. They have implemented a crowd monitoring system that was very useful during COVID-19. As you can see here, the system is able to detect when people are violating the social distancing in the red part. Another amazing project is the Robot. The Robot is a project led by researchers from the MIT and Amsterdam's Institute for Advanced Metropolitan Solutions. It's an autonomous boat that has the aim to be applicable to many applications like transporting goods and people, monitoring the water quality, and also assisting in rescue missions. The boat uses many sensors and algorithms to navigate waterways and interact with other boats and objects. This is also an ongoing project, and researchers are continuing to refine the boat with more capabilities and explore new applications for them. The boat uses artificial intelligence in order to perceive the environment as well as computer vision. So smart cities offer many useful opportunities, but implementing smart cities does not come without its challenges. One of the primary challenges is the cost of the technology required to make the city smart. For example, if we take the elementary unit of a city, which is a home, the cost to make a traditional home smarter may reach 40,000 Saudi riyals. Besides, according to some smart city projects, the technology cost would account for more than 5% of the total budget allocated to the project. If we apply this rule to the new budget set to $500 billion, then the technology alone would cost at least $25 billion. Besides, we might have another issue, which is the cost overruns due to unpredictable circumstances or the rising costs of the technology, as well as financial crisis. Additionally, we might have privacy and security concerns that may arise when implementing new technologies and collecting data. As we said earlier, we need a huge amount of data to be collected for the smart city to operate properly. However, a huge amount of this data is sensitive. So we need to know who is also the owner of the data. Is it the citizens or the municipality? And who can access to this data? Another security problem that might arise is the communication between the IoT devices. We need new solutions in order to secure such a communication and prevent information theft, to be theft. The third problem is that the implementation process can be complex and time-consuming, requiring collaboration between various governments, agencies, and also private companies. For example, Masdar City original plan was that it would take approximately 8 years to be built, with the first phase scheduled to be completed in 2009. The project started in 2008, and then the completion have been pushed to 2025, then to 2030, due to the global financial crisis. There are also many inconveniences with the new installation, especially when implementing smart solution in a traditional city. There is also a risk of exacerbating the digital divide, where certain groups may not have access to the technology or may not be able to afford the technology, causing further inequality. Finally, there is a need for proper governance and regulation to ensure that the benefits of smart cities are distributed equally among all citizens. To contribute to the development of smart cities, the Center of Excellence in Smart Environment Research has led some smart projects that we hope to implement in the near future. One of the main projects we are investigating in our research center is, for example, credit card fraud detection using biometrics and deep learning. This solution is aiming at enhancing the security of banking applications and in order to detect the fraudulent transactions in a timely manner. Another project is a smart asthma monitoring application for attack prediction and safe route recommendation. This application is in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, and we have produced an initial prototype that will try to track the health status and collect biosignals from the patient. Then the system can alert using artificial intelligence the patients if there are possible attacks. Another important functionality of this application is that it allows asthmatic driver to get the best route that will prevent attacks. We are working also on the security aspect of smart cities by trying to define and design new solutions for device-to-device communication. Other security research we are leading in the center is the access control for big data in order to make sure that the access rights are enforced. We are also working recently on autonomous vehicle simulation in order to build a simulator for autonomous vehicles. There are many other projects that we are trying to investigate, and we hope to see real prototype and implementation in the near future. The main challenges that we are facing is the need for collaboration with the private sector as well as the data collection phase, because the data collection might be time-consuming. To conclude, smart cities offer many opportunities, but we need also more efforts in order to successfully deploy smart solutions. Saudi Arabia made huge efforts to embrace the smart city concept, which led to many achievements, as Riyadh is ranked the third smartest Arab city according to the IMD Smart City Index in 2023. This year, the index also includes Mecca ranking 4th, Jeddah ranking 5th, and Medina ranking 7th. At the global level of the index, Riyadh is ranked 30th, Mecca is ranked 52nd, Jeddah is ranked 56th, and Medina is ranked 85th among 141 cities in the world. We should keep our ambitions as high as possible in order to achieve the best ranking in the near future, inshallah. Thank you for listening and thank you for your attention. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Dr. Asma, for this informative and interesting talk about the key aspects of smart cities. I'm not sure if the audience can post any questions in the comments section. I can ask you one question or two myself.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. If we make smart cities, is this gonna have a negative impact in the employment?
Yes.
We are relying on technology in most of the functions in these smart cities.
Yes, that's a very interesting question. Yeah, many people are afraid that the technology will cause a problem for the employment, but in my point of view, these smart cities would offer a new kind of opportunities for the employment, like on-demand services, for example. We have seen many new kind of jobs that have arisen with smart applications and new applications that aim to enhance the life of citizens, like Uber, for example, or any kind of other services. So there are new opportunities that could be also arise when implementing smart city.
Yeah, okay, great. Because people are like afraid of taking jobs. Another question about the security. You said like security represents a challenge for implementing smart cities. So what about the existing solutions? Can be integrated to overcome this challenge or not?
Yes, indeed. There are some primitive solutions that are already existing, since we need to collect the data and store it in the cloud, for example, or in order to train the machine learning algorithms, we can at least try to make sure that our servers are ISO certified. In some applications also, we are trying to not save the data for a long period of time. We just save it few seconds in order for the machine learning algorithm to train, and then we remove all the data. So we can implement some solutions, but still we need further developments. We still need more solutions, because we see now new kind of technology arising. So we might have a new kind of security issues. We have a new kind of communication networks. So we need to think deeply and build more powerful solutions.
Okay, great.
I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, definitely. I just have one last question, if you don't mind, because we know in Jeddah city we have several districts removed, and they are like on ground now. They will be reestablished, new projects and stuff like this. Can you have an advice for the city of Jeddah how to make this new district smart? Like, is it like the infrastructure, since they're gonna start from the beginning for these districts?
Yes, I think this is a very great opportunity in order to implement the smart solution from scratch, because we need many sensors to be underground, for example, to improve the traffic system. So we need from now to think about any possible solution that will improve the traffic problems, because as we know, we have many traffic issues in Jeddah city. So we might try to think from now to install and deploy many sensors that will be used, even if we don't have for now existing prototypes that will solve the traffic problem. At least we have to install the sensors, then we can build on some solutions to reduce at least the traffic. Besides, we need many green open areas in a smart city, as we discussed earlier. So it's not only about technology, but we need to offer the best services and best lifestyle for the citizens. So we can try to design the new areas with more open spaces and more services as much as possible. Bike sharing schemes also. All these are good, I think, advices that we need to take into account from now.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I thought it's going to be a good opportunity for Jeddah, for the city of Jeddah, since we have all these new areas that will be reconstructed from all over again. Yani it's going to be a good thing. Thank you, Dr. Asma.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Now I will introduce our next speaker, Dr. Iman Al-Harbi. Dr. Iman completed her master's degree in computer science from St. Joseph University, Philadelphia, USA, and her PhD degree in computer science from Queen Mary University of London, UK. Dr. Iman is assistant professor in the Faculty of Computing and Information Technology at King Abdulaziz University. Her research interests in the area of cognitive science. Currently, her research focus on the early detection of dementia, utilizing cutting-edge technologies and machine learning techniques. Dr. Iman has collaborated with a multidisciplinary team from Queen Mary University of London, Wolfson Institute of Population Health, and UK Joint Dementia Research. Dr. Iman will talk about the role of emerging technologies in smart healthcare. Let's hear from Dr. Iman.
Thank you, Dr. Sultana. Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be here today to present an introduction about advancing early detection and the role of emerging technologies and smart healthcare. So, smart healthcare is a new approach to healthcare that uses artificial intelligence and sometimes cognitive computing to improve patient outcomes and reduce cost as well. The goal is to provide personalized, efficient, and effective care to patients. Smart healthcare involves the use of machine learning algorithms to analyze large amounts of data from various sources, such as electronic health records, medical images, and wearable devices, and so on. This data can then be used to identify patterns, and from that, we can predict several health outcomes. So, smart healthcare has the potential to revolutionize the healthcare industry by using technologies and data-driven approaches. We can improve patient outcomes, reduce costs, increase patient engagement, and improve access to healthcare as well. So I believe we should embrace these opportunities and work towards a smarter and healthier future. Smart healthcare offers several opportunities, which are improved patient outcome, since it enables real-time monitoring of patients' health condition using sensors, wearables, and other portable devices, allowing for early detection and intervention. We can improve patient outcome as well using predictive analytics and machine learning algorithms that can assist healthcare professionals in making accurate diagnoses and developing personalized treatment plans. One of the other opportunities that smart healthcare offer is reduced healthcare cost. So smart healthcare systems help optimize resource utilization, which leads to reducing unnecessary hospital admission and readmissions. It reduced cost as well, since remote patient monitoring and telemedicine enable cost-effective care delivery, which lead to minimizing travel and infrastructure expenses. So smart healthcare as well offers to increase patient engagement. It has its tool to empower patients to actively participate in their own care. And through several mobile health apps, wearable devices, and patient portals, the patient can have full access to personalized health information, fostering self-management and proactive decision-making. Smart healthcare offers as well to improve access to healthcare services. So telemedicine and virtual consultations using different technologies, including the recent metaverse technology, it enables remote access to healthcare services, overcoming geographical barriers, and increasing healthcare accessibility as well. So smart healthcare solutions can be the solution to underserved population, providing equitable healthcare opportunities. So in smart healthcare systems, it significantly improves patient monitoring, allowing for early detection of potential health issues. So wearables and other remote monitoring technologies can track patient data in real time, alerting healthcare providers to change in patient's condition, to any changes in the patient condition, and allowing for proactive intervention. The benefits of using artificial intelligence in healthcare in general are very significant. First, these technologies can help to identify pattern and insight in large data sets, leading to more accurate and timely diagnosis. This can ultimately result in better patient outcome and reduced healthcare cost. So additionally, using artificial intelligence in healthcare can be used, it can help in developing personalized treatment plans for patients. By analyzing this patient data and predicting outcome, healthcare providers can tailor treatment plans to meet the unique needs of each patient. So it all starts with the patient and data generated around that patient, whether it's through mobile apps or an in-person visit, a clinic device, or a wearable sensor. These data can then be analyzed in a way and insights are gathered from the data, which then feed back into the whole system. So why artificial intelligence? Why AI? It can analyze large amount of patient data to identify patterns and risk factors. They can also be used to develop predictive models for early detection for certain disease and conditions. This helps healthcare providers and specifically doctors make fast, informed decisions for their patients. So AI can be used in all of these areas to help identify patterns and trends that might be difficult or impossible for clinicians to detect. In medical imaging, for example, a machine learning algorithm can analyze images and identify any abnormalities that might be too subtle for human eye to notice, leading to earlier detection of conditions like cancer or cardiovascular disease or neurodegenerative diseases. In genetic analysis, for example, artificial intelligence can help analyze large amount of data, of genetic data, to identify potential risk factors for certain diseases and conditions, which can help with early detection and targeted intervention as well. In patient monitoring, AI can help us in identifying patterns and trends in real-time data, which can help and detect early signs of certain diseases or complications. In the predictive modeling, AI can help develop models that identify individuals who might be at risk or maybe higher risk of certain diseases, allowing for earlier intervention and treatment as well. So overall, the use of artificial intelligence in this area can lead to earlier detection and treatment of diseases, which can improve patient outcome and save lives. So one of the primary advantages of using artificial intelligence is the ability to process large amount of data quickly and accurately. They can also identify patterns and trends that might not be immediately apparent to healthcare provider. So using AI for early detection, if we want to include some examples, is one of the examples is using machine learning to predict patient admission rates or readmission rates, or using AI to identify skin cancer from images. So AI can help and can be used to identify risk factors for chronic conditions such as diabetes, heart diseases, and so on. AI can as well help in identifying biomarkers for neurodegenerative conditions such as dementia and Alzheimer's diseases. So all this was about early detection, why it's important, what's the impact on patient outcomes. So early detection of health issue is crucial for improving patient outcomes. Early detection can lead to a better management and prevention of any complication. It can improve patient outcome and reduce healthcare cost. So it's extremely significant for better management of the disease. So as I mentioned earlier, to effectively use AI for early detection, we need to ensure that we collect high quality data in an ethical manner with patient consent. So this includes addressing concern around data privacy and security. Data can be collected in several ways. And advancement in technology have opened up new venues for efficient and convenient data collection, including wearable devices, mobile apps, and telemedicine, and so on. So here are some examples of smart ways to collect data instead of using the traditional methods like visiting a clinic. So smart homes can help with collecting data for smart healthcare in a number of ways. We can use motion sensors, fall detection sensors, smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, medical alert systems. We can use different biosensors to monitor vital signs. We can use smart floor, for example, that includes large sensor consisting of an array of pressure-sensitive floor tiles at home to monitor elderly patients. We can use security systems to detect situation like fall, intrusion, and other dangers can be monitored via these security systems. So by collecting data from smart home devices, healthcare provider can gain a better understanding of a person's health. This information can be used to develop personalized treatment plans and prevent health problems from developing. Another smart way of collecting data is by using portable healthcare devices. Since medical equipment is expensive, so portable device is in connection with smartphones or Wi-Fi are used in many parts of the world. So there are several available devices. Just as an example, there's the portable device for the ultrasound imaging. These kind of devices are used to examine patients to get ultrasound imaging. It can be used for pregnant women, heart patients, etc. Another example of portable device is portable electrodiagram, ECG device. For the portable ECGs devices, it records the electrical activities of the heart continuously over the 24 hours or longer while the patient is away from the doctor's office. It can effectively measure the rhythm and the strength of the heartbeats. And there are many other several portable healthcare devices. So another smart way of collecting data is smart textiles and footwear. So smart garments are used for monitoring person's health. Parameters such as heart rate, breathing rate, body temperature, oxygen saturation, posture, and so on. So there are several garments that monitor vital signs, not only in adults, but also in infants, who are suffering from prematurity, chronic lung diseases, and malformation syndromes. There are other smart garments like smart footwear, smart shoes that monitors heel strike, foot orientation, and position, which can help in detection and monitoring some neurodegenerative diseases. Smart shoes as well have been used for assisting blind people to reach their destination and also help them to avoid obstacles or barriers on their way. Another way of collecting smart data is by using smartphones or smart healthcare mobile applications. So our smartphones contains a range of sensors that could be used to collect data about person health, such as heart rate, blood pressure, and oxygen levels. In addition to collecting data, smartphones can also be used to deliver healthcare services, such as remote patient monitoring and medication reminders, which can help any patient to manage their health more effectively and reduce the need for doctor's visits. Smart implantable devices, which are planted inside the body of a human, and it aims to monitor body organs. So smart implantable devices, one of the examples of smart implantable devices is the smart pill, which is a wireless capsule that's used to transmit pressure and temperature data at regular intervals to the monitoring systems. There are other implantable devices that can be used to or can be implanted in the heart of the patient to measure critical variables like temperature, and then wirelessly transmit these data to the targeted database. Smart wearable devices are helpful for patients with certain conditions, and there are a variety of these wearable devices. There are several examples of wearables that have been extremely helpful in collecting data. There are bracelets that monitor heart rate, blood sugar levels, human body temperatures, human biomechanics to monitor the posture and back pain, and so on. So I'd like to present now a case study, a research that I've been working on recently, which is a non-invasive solution to early identify cognitive decline using heart rate variability data. So what is cognitive decline? Cognitive decline is the gradual loss of thinking abilities such as learning, remembering, paying attention, reasoning, and so on. So for some people, a small amount of cognitive decline occurs with age, but more significant changes can be a sign of cognitive disorder. Illness, health habits sometimes can influence how much and how fast your cognitive abilities changes over time. So early detection and intervention to delay the onset of the cognitive decline in general, or specifically dementia, are beneficial for patients and their caretakers, and for reducing the prevalence of dementia. Early detection of the cognitive impairment has been shown to enable intervention, which slow down the progression of the disease. So a significant body of research suggested that cognitive, sensory, and motor changes may occur several years before clinical sign of dementia. And here where the smart healthcare can take part of the detection. So here I'm presenting some key statistics about dementia. So since cognitive impairment is a huge issue that is our globe are facing now, the whole world are experiencing an exponential numbers and increases in the prevalence of dementia or cognitive impairments in general. So almost 80% of the general public are concerned about developing dementia at some point. So here, if we look at this diagram, cognitive changes is where did all that starts in relation to normal aging. So if you observe the highest green line, here we've got two lines. If you observe the highest green line, it indicates the normal aging process. There are another green line, one slightly steeper, indicating slightly accelerated but still healthy aging, and then another line that's less steep. The rate of aging depends on various factors such as genetics, lifestyle, environment, and so on. So the blue line is representing subjective cognitive impairment, which indicate the awareness of changes that may be considered as abnormal. So these are the different cognitive changes, starting from the preclinical to mild cognitive impairment, and at the end, dementia. So we've worked on a study to identify biomarkers using heart rate variability for the early identification of dementia or cognitive decline in general. So current research aims to determine and assess how suitable wearables are for detecting early signs of cognitive impairment using heart rate variability parameters. We used PPG sensors to measure ECG data, and from that we calculated heart rate variability. So in the clinical settings, the most widely used technique entails the assessment of end organs. However, the non-invasive measure of cardiovascular function involved the assessment of heart rate variability. So we've studied the association between the cognitive performance and heart rate variability in individuals with mild cognitive impairment. The aim was to assess real-time measures and whether wearables are reliable enough to detect these differences. Results showed that there's a significant difference between subjects with MCI or mild cognitive impairment and people who are healthy, normal controls. So the overall studies demonstrate that healthy participants have higher heart rate variability, and these were all captured using only sensors, not medical devices in the clinics. We used as well machine learnings to identify individuals using the same data we've collected from the heart rate variability sensors. And then the results showed that there's a significant difference between the two groups using machine learning techniques. So our research yielded a significant finding about wearables or sensors and heart rate variability. So the use of wearable devices may eventually help clinicians and researchers to detect autonomic dysregulation or cognitive decline that are associated with early dementia using wearable devices. Thank you all for listening. I'm open for any questions.
Thank you, Dr. Iman, for this interesting talk, and especially the work that you completed in this area. I'm not sure if the audience have any questions in the comment section. Okay, can I ask you about the use of AI, especially in the significant early detection of such a diseases? Does it have any restrictions or downsides?
Sure. I mean, using artificial intelligence in healthcare has its limitations. One of which is the ethical consideration. So the ethical implication of AI are significant. Issues such as privacy, security, consent, and the potential for misuse of personal health data, which require careful consideration. The cost and the infrastructure requirement to have such a smart environment. I can say as well the limited generalization. So AI models are trained on specific data sets, which sometimes struggle to generalize to a different population. So this could be considered as some limitations or drawbacks of using artificial intelligence in healthcare sectors.
So you are saying that whatever studies like collecting data for a specific patients in specific countries, it's not can be applied like easily. The same model cannot be trained and apply easily for a different group of patients.
So I'm not saying it's difficult, but it just we need to be careful of not being biased. We need to collect a sufficient proper data. So it all depends on data. And we can collect data, but we just need to be careful how to collect these data and where to collect these data from.
Okay, I think we have a question from Fai in the comment section. She's asking about where can we get such a data for Saudi citizens, like not the specific wearable sensor data. She's asking about in general the cognitive decline for Saudi citizens.
So as far as I know, that there are the medical centers in Saudi in general, they started collecting data about the cognitive function. So maybe a collaboration with some of the public medical centers would help you get access to these data.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm not sure. There's Ahmed. He's trying to ask a question. If you can write it down. Can you sum up the presentation in Arabic, like in a few words, like if you can, Dr. Iman?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. So the whole طبعا الفكرة العامة من البرزنتيشن إنه إحنا وصلنا للوعي في تطبيق الذكاء الاصطناعي بالنسبة في الهيلث كير سيكتور أو في النطاق الصحي بشكل عام. الآن عندنا الكفاءة وعندنا القدرات وعندنا الخبرة الكافية إنه إحنا نشتغل على البنية التحتية لأنظمة ذكية في السعودية تخدم المجال الصحي بشكل عام. عندنا الأدوات اللازمة، عندنا الكفاءات اللازمة، وأصلا يعني هذا التوجه وهذا التوجه جاي من رؤية 2030، التوجه لكل شيء ذكي، مو فقط في المجال الصحي. فأعتقد الآن هي الفرصة، وكثير مراكز أصلا بدأت باستخدام الذكاء الاصطناعي في التنبؤ بأمراض معينة، سواء كانت غالبا تكون هذه الأمراض في المجال الصحي زي السرطان الله يكفينا الشر، أو الأمراض الخرف، أو الأمراض الجينية. يعني هذا الجزء أو هذا المجال له فترة في السعودية بيشتغلوا عليه كثير أطباء ودكاترة في مجال البحث العلمي وأطباء من المجال الصحي.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Iman. I think that's it for now. Okay. Now we will conclude this event with our last talk about Smart Hajj, current status and future direction. Just to remind you, my name is Dr. Sultana Shammari, Assistant Professor in the Faculty of Computing and Information Technology at King Abdulaziz University. I completed my Master and PhD in Computer Science and Engineering from the University of North Texas, USA. I am actively involved in the research area related to computational epidemiology, with a specific interest in simulation and modeling of disease epidemics in global mass gatherings. Currently, I am the head of the Scientific Research Unit of Mass Gatherings at the Center of Excellency in Smart Environment Research at King Abdulaziz University. In this talk, I will discuss the current smart technologies implemented in Hajj seasons, the challenges facing Smart Hajj, and the future directions. First, I will describe briefly Hajj and the major pain points and challenges in Hajj. Next, I will present some of the implemented smart technologies in different aspects of Hajj. Then I will go through some potentials for future directions for smart solutions in Hajj. Finally, I will go through some of my research projects and collaborative work related to Hajj and computational epidemiology. Hajj is the largest annual gathering in the world where Muslims from all over the world, from around 186 countries, gather in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, to complete the rituals of Hajj. These rituals last from 5 to 8 days at specific dates of the last month of the Islamic calendar, Dhul Hijjah. During Hajj, pilgrims move back and forth between holy sites in Mecca, including the Grand Mosque, their accommodation in Mina, Arafat, Muzdalifah, and Jamarat Bridge, where they perform the stoning ritual. In this figure, we illustrate the number of pilgrims, international and local pilgrims, over the past decades for the past Hajj seasons, from 2008 all the way to 2019, which was the last Hajj season before the COVID-19 pandemic. The green color in the figure indicates the number of local pilgrims from inside Saudi Arabia arriving from all the regions, and this includes citizens and resident in Saudi Arabia. The blue color indicates the international pilgrims from outside Saudi Arabia. As we can see, the total number of pilgrims range from 2 million up to 3 million per Hajj season. Hajj is one of the religious gatherings that cannot be cancelled, it cannot be postponed or reallocated. So during the peak of COVID-19 pandemic, the number of pilgrims was restricted from 2 million to all the way to 1,000 local pilgrims from inside Saudi Arabia in the Hajj season 2020. and around 6,000 in the Hajj season 2021. And finally, in the last Hajj season of 2022, the number rise up to 900,000 of international and local pilgrims performing Hajj. With such a number of pilgrims gathering in the same places in the same time, there are several challenges and pain points that need to be addressed. The crowd settings, with such a dense crowd of pilgrims gathering in the same settings, moving in the same time, altogether, accidents such as stampedes can happen. Actually, there are several reported stampedes in the previous Hajj seasons. Also, pilgrims are exposed to different health risks, including food poisoning, health-related illnesses. Also, the crowded settings in the different stages of Hajj facilitate the transmission of infectious diseases among pilgrims, especially the airborne diseases such as influenza and the COVID diseases, including COVID-19, of course. For the communication, as we said before, pilgrims are arriving from all over the world. They come from different countries, different cultures and background. They speak different languages, so it's really challenging to communicate important rules, direction, guidance to this diverse crowd to ensure their safety during Hajj. For the accommodation, pilgrims with Hajj visa are allowed to arrive 1 month before Hajj, and they can stay 1 month after Hajj. While the majority of pilgrims cannot offer such a long accommodation cost, there are still challenges in housing such a huge number of pilgrims in the area of Mina and Muzdalifah during Hajj, and also in the holy cities of Medina, which pilgrims can visit either before or after Hajj. The transportation system is important. However, during their stay before Hajj or after, or during performing the different rituals of Hajj, pilgrims are moving back and forth between different holy sites and their accommodation. So it's important to have a robust transportation system. Currently, Al-Masha'ar train connects Mecca, Arafat, Muzdalifah, and Mina, and operates only during Hajj. Waste management. During Hajj season, a huge amount of solid waste generated. For example, in Mina, around 70 kilotons of waste is generated. Also, during one of the Hajj rituals, around 2.5 million animals are slaughtered. Also, the head shaving ritual. All this cause a huge amount of waste that really challenging to deal with. Even with the effort of adding more ground houses and more than 1,000 waste compressor boxes, still it's very challenging. So smart solutions, advanced technology are needed to address these pain points in Hajj. Of course, there are a huge number of studies and research work proposing smart solution, integrating AI model and data science analytics to address the different challenges during Hajj, such as crowd management solution, pilgrims tracking, and epidemic simulation to predict the spread of infectious diseases during Hajj. However, in this talk, we will focus only and present some of the actual implemented and used smart technologies in Hajj. The term Smart Hajj is one of the key initiatives of Pilgrim Experience Program, one of the 2030 Saudi Vision programs that started in 2019. This program aims to facilitate hosting a target number of 30 million international and local pilgrim in future Hajj and Umrah season. This program aims also to ensure that providing pilgrims with best services and enriching their religious and cultural experience. So as I said before, in the following slides, we will go through some of the implemented technologies that was used in previous Hajj seasons, starting from 2019. So for crowd management, actually there are over 6,000 CCTV cameras installed in the underground mosque, and almost other 6,000 cameras in Mina and other holy sites. These cameras on ground combined with mounted cameras on helicopters flying over the holy sites during Hajj rituals. All these cameras are linked to operation centers where information is analyzed in real time to ensure that any emergencies are dealt with quickly and efficiently. One of the main obstacles in Hajj rituals is the stoning ritual, where pilgrims are moving at the same time to complete the stoning ritual at specific short window of time. So it's important to schedule and monitor this movement to avoid accident. The Ministry of Hajj has a tafwij plan or a group dispatching plan of pilgrims. In this plan, they enhanced the crowd management during the stoning ritual through an electronic system that was used to prepare and monitor this plan to ensure the safety of all pilgrims. In the health, to address the health risk, several smart solutions and advanced technology were integrated or developed to ensure the well-being and health of all pilgrims. For early warning and to detect the spread of infectious during Hajj, use or the health early warning system to detect health incidents and infectious diseases in collaboration with WHO, the World Health Organization, is implemented during Hajj season 2019. The system is based on syndromic and event-based surveillance system where data and alerts are collected from different medical facilities and analyzed in real time. It was integrated in 17 hospitals and 96 health facilities in Mecca, Medina, Mina, Arafat, and Muzdalifah during the Hajj season 2019. For efficient emergency services, other smart technology and applications were used by the Saudi Red Crescent, such as What 3 Words technology. This technology exists and it was integrated in one of the smartphone applications provided for pilgrims. The What 3 Words is a geocode system designed to identify any location on the surface of Earth with a resolution of about 3 square meters with a unique combination of 3 words. Integrating this technology with the Hajj and Umrah Navigator application or محدد الحج والعمرة الملاحي allow pilgrims to communicate their location easily during any emergency. Also, the Saudi Red Crescent used a Safni application for fast notification of emergency, enhancing the location accuracy, and also provide pilgrims with a path, drawing path on maps on this application for the nearest medical facilities. To provide efficient medical services and medical consultation, several technology were implemented and used. For example, a smart Hajj card. And this card stored personal information and medical records of pilgrims. It used the NFC technology, near field communication, which allows 2 devices to communicate. The information in the card and the medical record can be scanned and used during emergencies and during the pilgrims' visit to hospitals in the holy sites. However, it's also include other features and other information to guide pilgrims to their accommodation in the holy sites. Also, it can be used to control access to various facilities limited to pilgrims. The Ministry of Health launched their Sahha smartphone application to provide medical consultation for pilgrims. Also, robot doctor technology was used in different locations in the holy sites, also in the hospitals, to provide pilgrims with medical consultation. Hologram doctor, another technology, was used to in many locations in Hajj area to provide medical consultation for pilgrims in different languages. For the communication, First, to provide high-quality digital services and also to make all the different smart technologies operate well. There's a need for advanced communication infrastructure to be established in the Hajj area. We have in the Hajj area 37 5G network stations in the Grand Mosque in Mecca and also in the holy sites. We have 13 telecommunication towers and more than 5,000 Wi-Fi locations to provide pilgrims with high-quality services. To overcome the language barrier and to enrich the international pilgrims' experience, live translation in over 30 languages via wireless earphones distributed to pilgrims allow them to listen to the Arafah speech and other religious speech during Hajj rituals. Also, a remote-controlled robot provides fatwa or religious consultation in many languages using video conferences with a team of fatwa experts. Interactive screens are implemented to show awareness and guidance content in more than 15 languages, operating in more than 11 locations in the holy sites. Digital platforms in public places providing guidance such as Tawasul platform. Also, there's Zad al-Hajj platform, which provides ebooks, visual and audio contents for pilgrims. These platforms are provided in public places in the holy sites, and they can be used through Wi-Fi networks on smartphones. For the transportation, we said before that al-Mashar train connects Mecca and the main holy sites, Mina, Muzdalifah. The service of selling tickets is provided an online platform through Mecca Development Authority, Hayat Tatweer Mecca website, to ensure that only pilgrims are authorized to use these tickets are allowed to buy these tickets. For smart navigation, the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah released a smartphone application, Manasikuna, for easy navigation and tracking. Manasikuna app provides information such as gathering times and departure times for buses in the holy sites. Also, the Saudi Post released a smartphone application, Hajj and Umrah Navigator, or Al-Muhaddid Al-Milahi Lil-Hajj wal-Umrah. This application features maps giving direction to the holy places in Mecca and Medina. Also, pilgrims can input their data, their addresses, the camps numbers, so they can be easily navigate to their own camps. And this is allowed in 16 languages. Also, the Navigator app can provide pilgrims with the faster routes between busy centers and the holy sites and other information like weather forecasting and prayer times. There are a smart parking system that can accommodate more than 500 vehicles with an electronic system for easy access. Vehicle tracking, the Ministry of Hajj authorities, they use fleet management integrated in public vehicles. This system uses hardware to store and send vehicle data. It has a built-in global position system and provides satellite locations along with other data that can be processed in web portal for tracking and other information about the vehicles. There are several challenges, as Dr. Asma said, when you are trying to implement smart technology, there are different challenges come with this. For instance, and she also mentioned that the initial cost, ensuring a robust and scalable infrastructure, including network connectivity, power supply, hardware, and software application to support all these smart technologies is very and highly costly. The privacy concern, as you can see that these different technologies store data about the pilgrims' personal data and also their medical records. So It's very important to implement a robust and authentication and access control measures to prevent unauthorized access or misuse of sensitive information. Another important challenge is the cultural sensitivity. Introducing such a different smart technologies should be done with sensitivity to ensure that it will align with the cultural differences and practices of international pilgrims. We have a huge number of pilgrims arriving from different countries with different backgrounds. Also, some of the pilgrims are elderly pilgrims who represent 25% of the total number of pilgrims. And it can be really overwhelming to deal with all these apps and smart technology. So this can be a challenge to apply all these technology for pilgrims. For future directions, as you can see, there are great opportunities for more smart technology for further enhancing their services in Hajj. Of course, I didn't go through all the different technologies implemented in the current Hajj seasons. However, there's still an opportunity for more advanced and smart solutions. For AI and deep learning, analyzing data and provide real-time recommendations for different aspects in Hajj, like, for example, crowd management, transportation, and security is very important. So we can apply deep learning and AI models, also computer vision and image processing to analyze live stream and provide indications of any violation or health risks during Hajj. It's very important. The use of biometric identification technologies such as facial recognition and fingerprint scanning to enhance the security and facilitate faster and more efficient identification of pilgrims. Pilgrims arriving in buses from different land border spend hours to complete the identification process, like matching their faces with their identification documents. With technology like biometric identification technologies, can be done faster. Actually, SDAIA, the Saudi Data and Artificial Intelligence Authority, is working in this biometric identification technology. They released Banan recognition system that was used in the last 2 Hajj season to verify and validate pilgrim permits, identify the body of unidentified persons, and identify the unconscious patients in hospitals. Blockchain can be used to ensure the security and integrity of personal and financial data, enabling secure transaction for pilgrims. Of course, IoT-enabled environment, development of a smart accommodation system that use IoT-enabled devices to monitor the energy and also the security and comfort of pilgrims is very it's going to be very helpful for enhancing the pilgrims' experience. Implementation of smart waste management system that use sensor and real-time analytics to monitor and manage waste in the holy sites to ensure clean and hygienic environment for all pilgrims. Metaversa is the technology of developing virtual and augmented reality technologies to provide immersive experience of the holy sites. These technology can enable pilgrims from all over the world to explore the holy sites, train and live the experience even before coming to Hajj. Finally, I will go through some of my research projects that related either to Hajj or computational epidemiology. The first thing is the first projects are related to epidemic of infectious diseases at Hajj. In such a mass gatherings, global events, pilgrims or participants are exposed either to endemic diseases during Hajj, some of the diseases from the place itself, like MERS corona, dengue, and other diseases, or International pilgrims can import threats and come with undetected diseases. Also, when we have disease pandemics that like COVID-19 and seasonal flu or influenza, all these can be health risks to pilgrims during Hajj season. So it's important to apply epidemic modeling to either mathematical modeling or computer-based simulation to provide informative tools to predict the dynamic of infectious diseases during mass gatherings such as Hajj. In one of the projects, we propose a conceptual agent-based simulation framework that integrate simulation, agent-based modeling and simulation to simulate the disease transmission during the different stages of Hajj from arrival to the departure. Also, the epidemic forecasting system provides a simulation of the Hajj rituals on the actual sequence of the Hajj rituals to capture and assess the impact of each stage in Hajj on the disease dynamics. The proposed framework can also be used to evaluate the effectiveness of the different public health interventions and that can be implemented during Hajj. For example, the size restriction of pilgrims or implementing screening at entry points. Epidemic modeling and epidemic simulation rely on different variables and different features. One of the most important variables for epidemic modeling and simulation is the average number of contacts an infected individual makes with other susceptible individual. However, in mass gatherings and in public places, this number is not estimated well. In a senior project, my students applied video analysis, image processing, and deep learning model to estimate the number of contacts in religious gatherings in Saudi Arabia, including Hajj and Umrah. Also, it's important to measure the impact of suspending mass gatherings on the dynamic of disease pandemic globally and locally. In this research, since Umrah is different from Hajj, it can be suspended. Umrah is a limited version of Hajj, where all the rituals are completed in the Grand Mosque, and it can be completed in any time over the years. Suspending Umrah during the COVID-19 was implemented in Saudi Arabia. So in this project, we measure the impact of suspending Umrah on the COVID-19 pandemic globally and locally to identify how this effective measure helped to prevent further spread of the disease locally and globally. This work was a collaborative work with Jamaat Al-Qasim, with Dr. Walid Al-Mtairi, also with Wiqaya, and it was funded by King Abdulaziz University. Another important topic in public health emergency is the optimal locations of points of dispensing. During public health emergencies, such as disease outbreaks, this requires immediate response to ensure the safety and of the affected community. To increase the efficiency of mass dispensing, emergency points, or they called points of dispensing, pods, are created to distribute medical services such as vaccines or drugs to the affected population. However, these pods or these locations need to be sited in optimal location to ensure the full coverage of the population. Deciding how many facilities we need, the locations of these points is very fundamental to the successful of response plan to ensure the delivery of medical services and vaccines to all the entire affected population. We completed a huge research project funded by King Abdulaziz University. data-driven computational framework for selecting optimal locations for mass dispensing of health services during epidemics and emergencies in Saudi Arabia. First, we published a survey paper of the location allocation because to target this problem, you have to study location allocation algorithms. So we published a survey of location allocation of points dispensing during health emergencies. Next, we selected a case study to study the spatial distribution of COVID-19 vaccine center in the city of Jeddah. In this analysis, we analyzed the selection of the facilities and the distribution of these vaccination centers in terms of accessibility and also coverage of the citizens and residents in Jeddah. Finally, we propose a location allocation model to improve the distribution of COVID-19 vaccine centers in Jeddah. The proposed model minimize the overall transportation time and travel distance for efficient utilization of the surface rate at these selected facilities. So final thought about this important topic about implementing smart technology in Hajj. I believe that Hajj and Umrah authorities need to combine their efforts with researchers and data scientists. Sharing of data is important. All these collected data through devices and through platforms need to be shared, especially from previous Hajj season, to improve the services for future Hajj seasons. Researchers and students can find opportunities for novel ideas and innovation that can be implemented to enhance the smart technologies and solutions during Hajj. There are some suggested venues that researchers can approach, such as Digital Mecca platform, Hajj Hackathon, of course, the Saudi Data and Artificial Intelligence Authority, a global center of mass gathering medicine in Riyadh also try to apply for funded researchers that targeting the Hajj and other related areas. That's it. Okay, finally, I would like to thank everyone for attending this event, and inshallah next year we will have a very informative and organized face-to-face event celebrating women in data science, not only in Jeddah, in the whole region of Mecca, in different sectors. Thank you again, and if you have any questions or you want to learn more about this topic, you can contact me by my email or my social media accounts. And yes, we finished before 9. Okay. So if you have any question. Okay. احنا كنا في البداية حابين نخلي التوك كلها بالعربي بس then it was like more in English. طبعا دكتورة إيمان أعطتكم ملخص عن التوك اللي هي أعطتها. أنا طبعا I think إن شاء الله إنه التوك واضحة، بس أنا كنت حابة في هذه التوك أستعرض الحلول اللي موجودة فعلا في الحج كسمارت technologies and smart application used في الحج، عشان تعطينا إحنا فكرة عن اللي موجود ومطبق لما أي أحد في الريسيرشرز أو students حاب يطرح فكرة جديدة يشوف اللي موجود حاليا. طبعا في ريبورت مرة ممتاز عن حج 2019 يستعرض كل الديجيتال بلاتفورمز اللي استخدمت في الحج واللي ما زالت تتطور في الحج. أتمنى أنه تكونوا استفدتوا من الإيفنت وشفتوا أفكار في السمارت سيتيز أو تعطينا دافع أقوى إن شاء الله إنه إحنا خصوصا في جدة إنه إحنا نكون more into smart projects in our city. أو دكتورة إيمان غطت لنا الهيلث كير سيستمز و specifically early detection of diseases. وأنا ختمت معاكم بالحج والعمرة، وإن شاء الله تكونوا استفدتوا. شكرا لحضوركم.